And you live in Christiansburg?
I do.
Are you born and raised here?
No, actually, I'm a transplant. I've been here a little over 2 years. Here from Florida. Wanted to check out what Four Seasons is like.
So tell me, what brings you to this meeting tonight?
Well, I'm concerned. I'm concerned about the narrative that's going on nationwide. Obviously, we're seeing a small subset of it here. Nobody is trying to erase history or diminish it by any means. I'm a big student of history. I'm very well aware of slavery. But it seems like some of these organized groups there's an agenda behind it. And we can look at this slavery as a blight on our history, but it's also a story of overcoming. And I think by and large, blacks in America are far better than the rest of the world, people of color. And I think that's representative of the democracy, the republic that we're blessed to be in. And I have no problem with having historical significance, but I want to make sure that it's for the right purposes and we're using our tax dollars wisely. If there want to be anyone that wants to fundraise and cover that, that's fine. But we still have a lot of structural issues here in Christiansburg with roads and infrastructure, and I think just want to make sure we're using our hard-earned tax dollars to the best for our community.
And your biggest concern if something like the storyboard would go up, what's your biggest?
I have no concern with the storyboard per se. I would just like to make sure that if there's any tax dollars, that those are minimized. There's plenty of fundraising that can occur, but I would not like to see tax dollars offset for something that's a higher priority. For example, maybe fixing up the schools that need better repair. I think that's an urgent priority. History is important. Again, I'm a big fan of history, and we should always learn from it. But I'm very troubled by some of the historical rewriting that's ongoing.
Can you talk a little bit more about that, what you mean by that?
Sure. Like, for example, this past weekend, when some of the Confederate statues were removed from Richmond, that's part of our history. Whether you agree or disagree, it's part of the fabric of America. And we should never gloss over. And I think that it's important to have those historical statues there. There are people that were proud Confederates, and they didn't necessarily agree with slavery, but that's a heritage thing. For example, the rebel flag. It's become a symbol of racism, and to some people that's just a heritage thing. It's more about the founding and their founding fathers and so forth. But I completely, I am not about hyphens. My mother's Cuban. My dad was first generation Italian. Yes, my skin color is white, but in my family, we are a fabric of many colors. So we appreciate diversity, but not for diversity's sake. And I think I don't disagree with having something like the storyboards. I just want to make sure that if there are any tax dollars, that they're used wisely and that we make sure we prioritize.
Anything else that you want to say?
No, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.